Hi, I'm Brad Sugars and welcome to the Business Basics. Today what we're going to look at is the loyalty ladder. The ladder of loyalty of a customer, how they actually become a loyal, raving fan for business. You know, in our business mastery area, we look at customer service being service mastery to make sure that we know what we're doing is delivering our product or service brilliantly. Well, the loyalty ladder is all about that. How do we actually grow a very loyal customer? Someone that's going to be with us for a long time and make sure they give us a lot of referrals as well. Well, let's start at the bottom of the ladder. We start with what we call a suspect. This is kind of like your demographics. This is kind of like the group of people that could possibly buy from you. It's not your target audience, this is your demographics. People get confused with target audience and demographics. Demographics is the entire audience of people you want to sell to. Target is one small group within those demographics. So if we look at your suspects, this is a massive pool of potential customers that you could be doing business with. Our job is to turn them into prospects. How do we turn them into prospects? Well, we get them to react or raise their hand or do something in some way to interact with our business. It could be that they go to our website. It could be that they sign up for our newsletter. It could be that they come into our store, phone our business, get a flyer from us. These are people that react in some way, shape or form so that we can capture their details and turn them into a prospect. Until we know who they are and they've said, yes, I'm interested, they're not prospects. Now, a lot of marketing is done to try and create customers, not prospects. I personally think that illustrating or finding prospects first is a far more profitable way of marketing. But let's look at it from a customer service strategy. We get someone on board as a prospect. Our job is then to turn them into a shopper. We've got to give them great service when they come into the store. We've got to give them great service when they call. Now, do you have that in place? Do you have a systematic methodology for answering the phone? Do you have a systemised methodology for making sure that what you're doing is getting results with prospects that phone your business, with people you have to go and give quotes or tenders or proposals to? What is the system for turning a prospect into a first-time buyer? A first-time buyer is what I call a shopper. They're not a customer yet. So you're not a customer until you've made at least 2 purchases from me. I don't believe that most businesses understand this well enough. What most businesses think is, oh, I've got a new customer. No, you've got to get them back a second time before they think of themselves as a customer. They don't think of themselves as a customer until they've purchased from you at least twice. The first time round, yes, they bought something from you, they were a shopper. You've got their details on a database. By the way, if you don't have a database of your prospects, that's one thing. Not having a database of your customers, that's pure insanity in business. So here we are, we've got a database of all of the shoppers. Our job is to get them back again. So what sort of an offer are you making to get them to make a repeat purchase? How are you going to get them to make a second transaction with you so that they get used to you and you get more used to them? So they learn more about you, you get the service. You might even remember their name after their second transaction with you. What are you doing to make that second transaction just as easy for them as the first transaction, to get them on board as a customer now? Now, we've turned this person into a customer. What's our job? Our job's pretty simple. Our job is now to turn them into a member, somewhere that they feel like they belong. You know, if you're a member in a club, you carry the card or the keychain or something like that. Why do you think it is that businesses like airlines want you to be a member? They give you the card, and they don't give it to everyone. They give it to their best customers. They turn their best customers into members for their business. What are you doing to create members of your business? How is it that you're doing the job of creating a membership where your customers feel great about doing business with you, where they feel like they belong, where they get a membership information kit that tells them about all of the products, all of the services, all of the things you can do for them? Do they get their members newsletter, member-only deals, member-only offers? See, if you make me feel special in that way, there's a very good chance I'll become a great customer for your business. So this is the next stage on the ladder of loyalty, is getting them to keep buying by producing a membership program whereby your customers feel they belong and want to belong and feel like they don't want to buy anywhere else. The way they see it, they are a part of your business at this stage. They're now a member. See, this is where we go back to the 80-20 rule of creating a great result. 80% of your customers are going to only give you 20% of your business. but 20% of your customers are going to bring you 80% of your business. Make them members, make them feel special, make sure they know that the business is a big part of success, is part of them. See, the internet's made that so easy these days. Things like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube allow you to interact with your existing customers, allow you to keep in touch with them, allow them to keep in touch with you. Next, of course, though, we want to build them further. Not only do we want these people to feel like they belong, we want them to start selling for us. We want them to become advocates. We want them to tell others about how good their experience is. If someone says to them, gee, how good is it doing business with Action Coach, or how good is this, we want them to be able to tell the marketplace, gee, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff I get. Gee, you wouldn't believe how good this is. Oh, I went and this happened for me. You know I've told the story many times over of my waiter Phil at my local steakhouse, the Nine Steakhouse here in Las Vegas, where I went in one time and my steak was overcooked. Phil took 60 seconds to leave my table and be out to the kitchen and grab another steak that's cooked perfectly for me and have it back on my table. See, that to me is creating an advocate, because you give me an experience of customer service. See, the best customer service doesn't happen when things are going well. It happens when there's a mistake. It's at that time you realise that whether you're great at it or bad at it. Let me tell you about bad customer service when there's a mistake. It's someone who asks the question, oh gee, what can I do to fix that for you? Listen, if you have to ask, you really shouldn't have the job. You really should be somewhere else doing something else. That is very bad customer service. You should take action and do it immediately. I had a great friend of mine who owned his own restaurant who taught me about customer service. He said, listen, when something goes wrong at someone's table, I go and grab a bottle of wine, I walk over to their table, I open it up, I pour them a glass, I pour me a glass, and we talk about it. See, he took action. Taking action is what turns people into advocates. Taking action is what turns people into raving fans as well. Because once you've got an advocate, they're telling people about you if they're asked. Once you've got a raving fan, these people then start virally sending on your videos. See, if you're a raving fan of Action Coach, you're going to take this video right here and right now, and you're going to want to show it to your friends. You're going to want to tell people in your company about it. You're going to have them watch it. You're a raving fan. You love what we do. See, it's very rare in business people use the word love. I look at Harley Davidson, talk about customer service. This is a business whereby they have their customers tattooing their logo all over their body. Customer service goes beyond everything. Raving fans is when people become not only advocates, but absolute zealots about your company. Our goal, of course, is to move people from suspects to prospects to shoppers to customers to members to advocates and ultimately create raving fans. We won't do it with everyone, but we've got to have a system in place to make sure we get as many people up that ladder of loyalty as we possibly can. I'm Brad Sugars, and these are the Business Basics.